Sometimes I think, oh my God, I'm so tech challenged. I wonder how I managed to do any of this. Anyway, welcome everybody to today's live about trekking in Nepal. My name is Michelle Hill, and Nepal is a country that for me holds a very special place. I first went there in 2015 to trek Everest Base Camp, having no idea what to expect and what I was really doing. But it was one of the best experiences of my life and really showed me that it was not only about physical fitness, but it was also about mindset and believing in yourself so that you could achieve what you want to achieve. So I've also been recently working with Dinesh on looking at different ways we can offer treks and different things that we can do together. And I'll let Dinesh introduce himself, and then we'll talk a little bit more about our spotlight today on Everest Three High Passes trek. That's not easy to say quickly.
Yeah. Okay, namaste. Good morning from Nepal, everyone. This is Dinesh, and I was born in Mt Everest region, the eastern part of Nepal, and I came Kathmandu last 22 years ago, and where I started this career since that date, and I started my job as porter beginning of my life, and every couple of years I upgrade my career from porter to senior porter and cook and helper cook, and then assistant guide. Then finally, after 6 to 7 years work in this field, I finally became the full guide, and where I guided many groups in different region of Nepal, including Mount Everest region, Annapurna region, Langchang, and Tibet. In West Tibet, especially the pilgrimage groups from all over the world, like more than 60, 70, 80 people of groups. And I also got a chance to travel and trek in West Europe, and including Switzerland and Italy, some out in the mountains. And we are since 2015, we have our own organization called Nature Expert Trek, where we've been working like last 8 years now. And we have our good reputations, and we are working very hard working, and we are pushing on, and we're welcoming you, all the adventure lovers, to our page, and we're very happy to share our experience and giving our hospitality as our friend and family for all the adventure lovers from all over the world.
Okay, well, I'm just going to add to that. Nature Explore Trek has well over 100 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. So you don't get amazing reviews like that if you're just doing an okay job. I think that's something, because obviously when you're trying to choose a company to work with, and if you haven't been to Nepal before, it can be a little bit daunting trying to figure out who should I go with, and how do I figure out the best company. And maybe that's something we should talk about in another live, Dinesh. But today what we're going to do is throw the spotlight on one particular trek, which is Everest Three High Passes trek. And I'm actually just going to read out the names so that I get them correct. So this trek takes you through KONGMA LA Pass, which is 5,535 meters, CHO LA Pass at 5,420 meters, and RENJO LA PASS at 5,340 meters. And I've probably wrecked all of that the way I've pronounced all those names. And not only do you get to do those 3 passes, but you also get to go to one of the most beautiful lakes in Nepal. And as the name also suggests, you're in the Everest region, so you do pretty much most of what you would do for the Everest Base Camp trek, I think. But I'm going to hand over to the expert in a minute. Now, the reason that we wanted to highlight this trek is because it is a reasonably physically challenging one, in that you need to be fairly fit, but it's also it needs some careful planning, and particularly if you're going like at the beginning or the end of monsoon, it can get a little bit tricky. But I'm going to stop talking about that, and I'm going to let the expert speak to you now and give you an overview and tell you a little bit about why this is a great trek to do.
Okay, so yeah, Everest, as Michelle already explained, it is very popular and adventure and high adventure trek and most beautiful viewpoint trek in Everest region. So KONGMA LA, RENJO LA, and CHO LA is the passes where we will do the if we choose this trek. So from that viewpoint, you will have one of the strengthened view of the Mount Everest, including on thousands of beautiful peaks. And we also visit on this trek Everest Base Camp, the oldest, highest mountain base camp. And in the meantime, we will also climb the Kalapatra viewpoint, which is 5,500 meter high. So this is the most closest viewpoint to see the Mount Everest. Also, we'll do on this trip. And after we visit like KONGMA LA Pass and go back down to the Everest Base Camp and climb to the Kalapatra, and we will continue back to the CHO LA Pass. It is our second high pass after first KONGMA LA Pass. And when we complete the CHO LA Pass, it is itself like 5,420 meters. Where after that, we will go down to the Gokyo lakes. These are the most beautiful heritage of Everest region. So where we will see the 6 beautiful lakes, namely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And above the Gokyo Lake, there is another 8,000 meter mountains called Choyu, which is 8,210 meter heights, and it is also technical mountains. And it is also count 14 peaks in the mountains, and most exceptions happen every year and every season in autumn and spring. And after we visit these beautiful lakes, we will also climb the Gokyo viewpoint, also on this itinerary. We climb like a Kalapatra, like in the morning or for sunrise, in both time, whatever convenience for you. Yeah. And we climb on the top of Gokyo for exploring the amazing view of whole Himalaya of Everest region and Gokyo lakes and the beautiful tea houses around. So from that top, we have a 360-degree views, like including Mount Everest.
Yeah.
And then Nangzongma Glacier. Nangzongma Glacier came down from Choyu Mountain. Yeah. So anyway, between when we cross the CHO LA Pass and going down to Gokyo Lake, we will cross that glaciers also. So when we explore that beautiful view from the Gokyo top, we will go down to the tea house.
Can I sneak in a couple of questions?
Yes, please. Yeah.
You mentioned about crossing a glacier. So are you walking on ice? Do you need like the special spikes on your shoes?
It depends on the season, which season we are there. So yeah. Normally there will be not ice if we go there in the autumn, yeah. Like September, October, and November, middle of November. Yeah. And if there is snowing and ice in winter, it will be little ice, but not much. And we need spike and gears. Yeah. And in months, suppose we going in the spring, like after April, May, there will be no ice on the glaciers. So I mean, the glacier is like more type of marine, like stone and like soil. So also there is a small trail where the most travelers or trekkers walk through. So we will follow that. But sometimes on that glaciers, we have to be careful with stone falling. So, yeah. But anyway, you will have an expert guide, like who have been there with groups many times. Yeah. He will be suggesting you before you enter that glacier part.
Okay. And then my second question, because the passes and the viewpoints and Everest Base Camp, they're all above 5,000 meters. So when you do this trek, you're spending quite a bit of time at fairly high altitude. Is that one of the reasons why it's more physically demanding and more difficult to do?
It is, yes, because we most of the high place we visit on this trek, like KONGMA LA is already 5,005, Kalapatra is already 5,550 meter, and also Gokyo is also 5,360 meters. So we will be on every high place on that trek, every high place of the Everest region. Yeah. So with that reason, it is challenging trek. So we must have to be prepared both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And if you have a good physical experience and trekking experience, highly recommended this trek. And if you are beginners and traveling Nepal first time, or you have not done any trek before in your life, so you start from easy treks like Everest Viewpoint Trek, like earlier than Everest Base Camp, or an Annapurna, like other trekking trails. So this is the for experienced trekkers.
Right. So you wouldn't suggest that somebody who's brand new to trekking and doesn't have a lot of time in Nepal to go, hey, that's the one I want to do. So what do you do if you have someone who says, oh, I want to do that trek, but because they're inexperienced, it's not going to be a very good trek for them? Like, how do you go about explaining that or directing them towards something that's a little bit more appropriate for them?
Yeah, if someone just traveling for short time in Nepal and doesn't have like many days to cover like all the mountains region, so we suggest with them to for first experience from beginning like easy trekking trails.
Yeah.
So first time which will they learn about adventure, and they will be learning and they will planning for next time.
Okay.
So when they will come for visit next time,
yeah,
they will make like we suggest them to make more time, like more flexible time to cover all these high passes or like any trekking region in Nepal. So first we suggest like easy treks,
okay.
easy trekking trails.
So to allow for all of the to allow for the acclimatization and all that, to do the 3 high passes trek, how many days is that trek? Like,
And
how many days do I need?
From your hometown to Kathmandu and then complete the whole trek and come back down Kathmandu and travel back to your home. Including your travel date, it will be 18 to 19 days.
Right. And how long will I actually be on the trail?
On the trail will be like 60 to 17 days.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So do I go to day by day namely a little shortly, or?
Yeah. If you want to just go quickly through what happened each day so that people get a bit of an idea.
Yeah, just go quickly, okay? So let's say the day first we arrive in Kathmandu. So we will welcome and we'll transport you to a hotel, located to your hotel. And next day we have like a preparation time. Like preparation means like buying and checking your gears. And in the meantime, we have also time to visit some famous heritage site of Kathmandu, old heritage site of Kathmandu.
Sorry, I'm going to also make a point here, particularly for people that they haven't been to Nepal yet to go trekking. That first day in Kathmandu is quite important because the guides are checking your gear, not to criticize it, but to make sure that you have what you actually need. Because I remember when I first went to Nepal, I actually didn't have any trekking poles, and there was something else that I didn't have that we went and bought in Tamil, and that was really, really helpful for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And then on the day third of our Nepal, we fly to Lukla. It's one of the gateway of our trek. So Lukla, the most scenic and beautiful mountain, small area spot where we stop after 30 minutes flight from Kathmandu. Then we will meet our stop, we'll be supporting our bags and helping us. So after that, we will basically start our walk. The first night we spent our trek we stay overnight in Phakding, a place called Phakding. We land in 2,800 meters in Lukla. Then we trek little descent this day to Phakding is like 2,600 meters. Mm-hmm. So second day, our day fourth of trek, we will trek to the Namche Bazaar, which is the most crowded places and little market in the mountain. So we have good accommodations and we can visit little around. On the day fifth, we will have rest day in Namche Bazaar. So we go for rest day and acclimatizations, which is very important for us to go further up. And we will have a acclimatized good day. And that day we will go for hike to the Everest View Hotel, 300 to 400 meter height. Yeah. For exploring the Mount Everest view, and then come back down to the Namche, and we will be 400 meter high and sleep lower. So that makes you comfortable for your overnight sleep also, and also good for your further going up. So on the day 5, we will do the acclimatization. On the day 6, we will trek from Namche Bazaar to Tangguche, which is 4 to 5 hours walk. So Tangguche Monastery is one of the oldest monastery in the region. it is located on the hillside, and it has a different history, and it's really beautiful, heritage. So when you are trek there, so you can also visit inside the monastery, and the monks who are there, they will give you the hospitality and welcome you to attend that puja every day after 4 o'clock. They have puja ceremony. So if you want, you can also attend that puja. And then day 7th, we'll trek from Tangbuche to Dingbuche. Dingbuche is another 4-5 hours walk, and then along the way we'll stop for the lunch, for the tea break or whatever.
Yeah.
So and Dingbuche on the day 8th, we will make another rest day, and that day also we will go for a short hike to the Nagarjung viewpoint, which is already 5,000, nearly 5,000 meter high. We climb this hike for our good acclimatizations for the trek and further dates. And same, we will go down for, and after lunch we have a free time to visit Dingbuche, like the blades where we stop. And then we have our day 9 will trek from Dingbuche to Chikung. It's like more right to the valley. Chikung is just short day trek, and we just go for lunchtime, and where we stop overnight, we stop our bag, and then afternoon we can go for a short hike to the Chikungri viewpoint. And it makes you for the next following days more easier your trek. And the day 10th, we will have the first hour pass. It's called KONGMA LA passes. So this will be definitely the longest and hardest trek and longest day, because we're doing our first high pass. So it is called KONGMA LA pass, and it takes from Sukung to Lobuche. We trek this day Sukung to Lobuche. It is about 9 to 10 hours, and it is our most highlight day of our trek. So from the KONGMA LA top, we will see one of the best view of the whole mountain, including Mount Amadablam. Amadablam is the most beautiful mountain in the Khumbu Valley. And then overnight we stay, in Lobuche. And from Lobuche, we will trek to the Everest Base Camp. It is another exciting day. So definitely longer day, but we will have another highlight day of our trek. Yeah. So we trek from Lobuche to Gokyo and stop our all bag, and after warm soup or a hot lunch and drink, we will hike to Everest Base Camp another 2.5 hours. So 3,000 Everest Base Camp is already 5,364 meter height. So we will go for our bucket list to complete. So we'll have there is from the base camp, there is not so nice view as from viewpoint we did from KONGMA LA or any other viewpoint, but this is your goal to be there, and it's your bucket list to complete. Yeah. So you'll have a beautiful moment to complete and success your trip to be in Everest Base Camp. And after that, we come back to the Gokyo for overnight stay. And in the next morning, early in the morning, before sun in birth, we will climb to the Kalapatra viewpoint. Kalapatra viewpoint is one of the most famous viewpoint of this trek. Yeah. So it is 5,550 meter height from sea level, and we hike from Kalapatra to the Gokyo to Kalapatra is 3 to 4 hours early in the morning with our head torch and in the dark. Yes, and we will walk on the dark and with our headlamp, and we carry our water bottles with guide and supporting. It is 4 to 5 hours in total. When we get on the top of the Kalapatra, we have a magnificent view of the Mount Everest, including like thousands of beautiful peaks around, and Everest Base Camp, of course. Mm. And we back down after we complete this most beautiful site. We go down to the Jungla. The same day we climb Kalapatra, and Jungla is like another 4 to 5 hours walk descent from Gokyo or Everest Base Camp. It is 4,800 meter height where we spend before we pass our second high pass. Before we cross our second high pass, we stop in Jungla. So our second high pass is already like 5,400 meter high. It's called CHO LA PASS. So CHO LA PASS is another most beautiful high pass. We connect our Everest Base Camp in Gokyo Valley. So we will pass through this pass and go to into the Gokyo Valley. We'll go into the Gokyo Valley. So from the CHO LA PASS also you will have a good view. Of course, when we compare Kalapatra and Gokyo, KONGMA LA is not similar view, but at least you have a different view, different mountains. Yeah. And also CHO LA PASS is quite technical pass among 3 passes. And my experience, I saw this, it is little technical pass because of there is ice. We have to walk on the ice. And after the pass, when we go other side of mountain, there's sometimes the more chance to fail the rock. So
So
we must.
I was just going to say, when you say technical,
Mhm.
that's what you mean, like you're walking on ice and you have to climb rocks, do you?
Yeah, we have to climb the rocks, and then when we go other side of the mountain, from the mountains, big rocks fall most of the time. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then we have to watch it clearly and carefully, and then your guide will suggest you, and then he will take care in this part.
Yep.
It is technical, but there is already supporting rope and ladders, so we will just do like our own slowly.
Yeah.
So of course it is hard part, but we will do our like way and will be
Yeah.
safe. That's the reason you have guide porters who are supporting and helping in this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard and technical, but safe.
Yes, especially when you are with your like good guides and good Sherpa from the mountains.
Yeah.
And then we will go to the Gokyo Valley after the Chola Pass. From Gokyo, when we cross the Chola Pass, that day we'll sleep in Tangna. Tangna, and then next day it's short trek from Tangna to Gokyo is just 2 hours. In the afternoon, you have a free time to visit around the Gokyo lakes, and your tea house is very close by the lake, so you can just visit.
Okay.
And then next morning, you can climb up to the Gokyo Ri. It is another viewpoint like Kalapatar, but a little lower than Kalapatar.
Sounds like you're just going up and down and up and down and up and down.
Yeah. yeah, because of this year you want to see the Mount Everest from different angles and different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Definitely, this trip is really worth it. It's if I'm from same region where I was born, and I would say among any trips in Khumbu region or Everest region, this is the most beautiful trek trail. So especially for the experienced and experienced trekkers.
Yeah.
And then after visit Gokyo Ri and then Gokyo Lakes, finally we will do our third pass. It's called RENJO LA PASS. RENJO LA PASS is 5,360 meter high pass. This is our third highest pass of this trek. That's what we call 3 passes. You do like one KONGMA LA, second Chola, and third is RENJO LA. So RENJO LA also beautiful high pass. We start from Gokyo and we climb like 3 to 4 hours on the hill to the RENJO LA, and then we will finally say bye-bye to Everest from that viewpoint, and we go other side of mountain to the Lungden. Lungden is the place where we spend night after KONGMA LA Pass.
Yeah.
And then we will from Lungden, the Lungden is the small Sherpa town name, and then we will go down to the Thame. Thame is another most beautiful and popular Sherpa village, where is the beginning of the, it is the one of the highlight place. You must visit this place, So here you can see so many old monasteries and certain, like long wall, parawalls, and most of Sherpa village, and most of the Sherpa who were born for climb Mount Everest. Those people are from this village.
Okay.
And then you have a beautiful time to visit. Yeah. So you have a like Appa Sherpa and Angrita Sherpa, Ankami Sherpa, who are recorded like 28 times already climbed Mount Everest. They are from this village.
Okay.
So you have also sometimes you have also chance to meet with them, share your experience. But it's up to season, In the spring they always busy in mountain. So if we are in off season or in autumn, sometimes we can also meet with them in their village with their family also.
That would be fascinating.
Yeah. And finally, we will come back to Namche after the Thame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Namche is the where we started our trek before. And then we meet in Namche again. Like we can just do the circuit kind of big loop.
I was going to say, there's a lot packed into that circuit.
And then, from Namche, we will trek down to Lukla.
Yeah.
And then from Lukla, we will fly back to Kathmandu. That's how we do this normal itinerary. So if you have a limited time, or if you want to do a little quicker, if you are experienced, we can always customize this itinerary. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And what I was going to say is, if anybody, I just was checking the live, I can't see any questions on there. But if you're watching this on the replay, if you have any specific questions, please just type them under the live or get in touch with either of us. What I'll do too is after we're finished, I'll just jump into the comments and I'll put the link for the web page where all of the details for this particular trek and you know what Dinesh has gone through is only like the tip of the iceberg in terms of how much there is involved with this and all of the amazing things that you'll see, plus obviously all the other treks that the team do as well. So thank you once again for sharing your expertise. I put my little 2 cents worth in, but I don't have a lot of expertise. I just really love Nepal. So we will wrap it up there, and we will get together at same time next week.
Yes.
Not sure what we're going to talk about next week. We haven't decided yet, but we will find something that will be interesting and helpful for people who either are thinking about trekking in Nepal for the very first time, or they've been to Nepal and they know of Everest Base Camp and Annapurna Circuit, but they don't know much about what else is on offer. And you mentioned before we started, Dinesh, you have somebody coming in a couple of months from the USA, and he's been to Nepal and trekked with you how many times?
Almost 30 times now.
30 times.
Yeah.
So is there anywhere left for him to trek, or is he?
He's already done most of part of Nepal. Now he's repeating because of you want to see the changes of the village.
Oh, okay.
And the landscape.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been guiding him since 2009 and now. So we always like now we became like a friend, and you know, like because of we've been together a long time for trekking.
Yep.
So now this time when he come to the November, we go for Kanchenjunga to the Makalu. To one of the remote high pass, we passes Lumba Sumba.
Yep.
And we connect the two big mountains, Kanchenjunga and Mount Makalu. We will visit this mountain base camp.
Okay, and it'll just be you and him?
Yeah, we will have some supporting staff.
Yeah, but there's not a group doing it, just you and him. That sounds amazing as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so many different places to explore, and not enough time at the moment. So yeah, as I said, we will be back again next week, and look for the live, look for the event and the details. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Yeah, you're welcome everyone to ask any questions.
Bye everyone. Okay, so
Yeah.